What a night we have here in Happy Valley and live from Jeffrey Field, the Big Ten home opener for the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the Maryland Terrapins. What an exciting week we have here for Penn State athletics. You saw Beaver Stadium off in the background as we welcome you live to Jeffrey Field for our exclusive pre-match coverage tonight. Brian Tripp, delighted to be with you going into what should be an awesome matchup tonight. Penn State and Maryland, every time they get together, it is a super exciting matchup. 2 years ago, both times they met, it went to overtime. It's also Mac Brady night here, so there's so much on the line for Penn State as they opened up Big Ten play 1-0 with a big win, 3-0 on the road in Columbus against Ohio State on Friday. So we'll have exclusive interviews coming up throughout the course of our program tonight, but we take you first on the field tonight for exclusive looks at warm-ups and also a quick little weather update for you here in Happy Valley. Yeah, some clouds are rolling in as Penn State warms up right there. The near side of your screen, 65 degrees, partly sunny skies here from Jeffrey Field in University Park, Pennsylvania. So let's get to know our teams a little bit better going into tonight's matchup. Penn State is 3-1-2 on the year. As I said, opened up Big Ten play with a win. The only Big Ten team in the opening weekend of games to pick up a victory, 3-0 at Ohio State on Friday, outscoring teams 11-5 this season. Liam Butts has 3 goals. All 3 of those goals came on Friday. He had a hat trick against Ohio State. Penn State has been sensational defending. We're going to talk about that throughout the course of our program tonight. Chris Shakes, their goaltender, leads the Big Ten with 27 saves on the year. Penn State at home tonight, then on the road out of conference. A big matchup at UNCG Saturday at 7 p.m. So that's Penn State, the home team. Maryland comes in here 1-2-2 on the season, but they have played a tremendously difficult schedule. They opened Big Ten play with a 2-2 draw against Michigan on Thursday. They're the Big Ten regular season champions from a year ago. They're trying to get their Big Ten slate off to a fast start. Not a lot of goal scoring so far, but not a lot of goals against for Maryland. This is just their second true road match this season for the Terrapins. So that is our matchup. Penn State and Maryland here tonight. As you see the Nittany Lions getting set to go out there on the pitch here at Jeffrey Field. Penn State has a dominant defense so far this season. The Nittany Lions, their 6th straight conference opening win on Friday at Ohio State. Liam Butts, all 3 goals in that game. It was the first hat trick for Penn State since Peter Mangione. They're such a great 1-2 punch as attackers. That came against Villanova in 2021. But goalkeeper Chris Shakes with his 2nd shutout of the season, the 18th of his career. And this is a really unified team attack. They have such a great identity. They play to that identity. Jeff Cook now in his 6th season as the head coach has them bought in. They play really united out there, and Penn State has played a very difficult schedule itself so far this season as you get a look at the Nittany Lions warming up before this match tonight with Maryland for the very first time. You may see a hint, by the way, there of pink and black in their warm-ups tonight. They are going to unveil new kits for the very first time. They're going to wear them twice throughout this 2023 season, and pink and black, the original Penn State colors actually, dating back to the 1800s. Wait till you get a look at these for the very first time. They unveiled them earlier this year, just last week, and now tonight we'll get to see them on the field for the very first time. Take a look at these awesome uniforms. And those uniforms coming up at 6 o'clock tonight on Big Ten Network as the Nittany Lions get set to go here, taking on the Maryland Terrapins. Again, 6 o'clock on Big Ten Network. We'll have analysis breaking down this matchup all the way up until that first kick tonight out here on the pitch at Jeffrey Field. Well, this is really important. Penn State felt like they started off conference play really strong on the road at Ohio State. Now the next challenge is a quick turnaround. How do you build upon that? And just moments ago, I had an opportunity to talk to head coach Jeff Cook, who's in his 6th season here at Penn State. He's going for career victory number 50 while representing the Nittany Lions tonight. I had a chance moments ago to talk to him about the importance of tonight's match. Coach, how do you build off of the performance on Friday at Ohio State?
Well, we know every Big Ten game is special, and 3 points are all important as you try and race for a Big Ten championship. So the key is to recover and be ready to go at kickoff. We're super excited about the game tonight.
Your team has had some of those quick turnarounds this year and has handled them fairly well. What do you like about their preparation and their approach in those situations?
I think we've tried to stay really committed to our core principles, and the guys are really buying in each and every game. And a result like we had at Friday night reinforces that some of the stuff we're talking about maybe might work if we do it well. So I think it's kind of stick to those things. And, you know, the last few games with Maryland have been super exciting end-to-end, and we're going to have to control our emotions, I think, and manage the intensity of the game, which I'm really confident that our group can handle that.
You almost stole my next question there, and how exciting these matchups against Maryland have been. So what is your final message to the team as they take the pitch tonight?
I think one of the things as this team matures is managing the game situations that come up, you know, being smart and how fast or slow we want the game to go. And one of the big keys for us is trying to have Penn State dictate the way the game's going to look tonight. And that's easier said than done. But again, with the maturity, the leadership we have, I'm really excited to get this game going here at Jeffrey Field.
What does that game then look like when your team is able to dictate it?
I think we primarily want to play in Maryland's end and get the ball up to our attacking threats. You know, the speed and the power and the finishing ability we have is something we want to try and highlight. And sometimes you can be guilty of forgetting what the game's all about. It's about scoring goals and just try to manage their transition. They're quite good on the counterattack. So I think the more we can play the game and one end of the field, the better the game will look for Penn State.
Coach, thanks so much. Good luck.
Great to be there. Thank you.
And the Penn State back end has been solid all year long. We look at some of the goalkeepers warming up for tonight's match. Chris Shakes there on the far side, top of your screen. He'll get the start for Penn State tonight. And these goalkeepers, this is a particularly special night for them. As we said, it's the annual Mac Brady match, the 11th annual Mac Brady match here. Penn State has won 6 consecutive Mac Brady matches, knowing that they have a little something extra on their side tonight as they celebrate the life, legacy, and love for soccer, especially goalkeeping, of one of their biggest fans, Mac Brady. At age 8, Mac passed away on December 31st, 2012, following an unexpected blood infection. His parents, Christian and Elizabeth, created the Mac Brady Memorial Soccer Fund, an endowment for Penn State goalkeepers to assist with recruiting, equipment, and other needs. Chris Shakes, able to tell us more about what a special night this is for the Penn State goalkeepers honoring Mac's legacy.
The Mac Brady game is one of the most important dates on our calendar every year. At the age of 5, Mac had already decided he wanted to be a goalkeeper. However, Mac sadly passed away on December 31st, 2012, just 16 days short of his 9th birthday. Every year we honor Mac and his passion for the game. This year against Maryland, we will once again honor Mac's legacy during a home match at Jeffrey Field. Trying to finish the game with a clean sheet is a team effort. I am just the last line of defense. I'm so proud to be a goalkeeper at Penn State and be a part of a great legacy. Our program can't wait to play for our university, our fans, and of course, Mac again this Tuesday. We are.
And there is Chris Shakes warming up for tonight's match out there on the field. We just heard from him moments ago, and now we're joined by Christian and Elizabeth Brady here on our set for our live pregame coverage. And we just heard from Chris about how important this night is to the program. This is now the 11th annual Mac Brady match. What does it mean to see your son's legacy carried on by this program and what he means to them year after year?
That's a great question, and probably one that most we receive from other bereaved parents, which is, how will people remember my child lived? And to participate in and see his legacy grow is such a gift to us. Yeah.
Christian, I know obviously it's something that no family, no parents ever expect to go through and never want to go through, but you've been able to take his legacy and build something and give back to the community. Why has that been so important to you and your family?
Well, it's wonderful for Mac's name to be able to live on in such a positive way. And so Chris Shakes and all the keepers that have gone before, and Owen and the rest of the guys in the crew, I mean, they live into that and live up to it. Mac would have been a sophomore in college this year. He wanted to be there between those pipes. If he can't be there, at least his name is there with these young men. So we're really proud of that and the impact it's having on Penn State soccer.
What has it meant to you to form this bond with this program and those goalkeepers and honor Mac's legacy with that relationship with them?
It is such an honor to be a part of it. See the energy and how much they enjoy it, and the youth to come and how much they enjoy it. It's wonderful. It's a gift.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. It's a great sport, but the connection with the team, something that I hope every Penn Stater has, but obviously ours is just a little more intimate.
Why did Mac love soccer so much?
Mac loved balls from the beginning, and then he started to be very tall, which obviously he inherited from his father. And they said, "Oh, you should get in goal," and he loved it. He loved it.
What Mac really loved is being the last line of defense, as Chris just said in the video. Mac loved the fact that he had his buddies back, and he knew that he would be there for them, and they knew that he would be there to hold the line. So he just loved being a goalkeeper from age of 5 onwards.
And the team. He loved being with the team, right? Yeah.
Penn State has such a great tradition of goalkeepers. What would his impression of Chris be right now? And you're right, it is across all sports right here at Penn State.
No, he would. Mac would love to see Chris in the pipes. Would love the height that he gets and the aggressive behavior, getting out there, defending for his team, moving the counterattack as quickly as possible. It's great to see, and Mac would be very proud.
We'll let you go after this. Elizabeth, what does this night in particular mean to you and your family?
I would say coming together. Many of the parents here are from Mac's team, and they come out here to be with us, even though their kids are in college, and to see all the growth of the Celtics team into hundreds over the years. It's just an energy to be a part of, and we're so thankful.
Well, we're really thankful for the time that you both gave us here tonight, and we know Mac is also here with us tonight, as he is all the time, but especially tonight, rooting on the Penn State Nittany Lions. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beat the Terps.
Christian and Elizabeth Brady joining us here on our set ahead of the annual Mac Brady match. The Nittany Lions with 6 consecutive victories. Again, they have something a little bit extra on their side tonight as they get set to take on the Maryland Terrapins. So this is a special night for obviously everyone on the field, but also those Nittany Lions that have come before. And we talked about the incredible legacy of this program. It's players going on to the next level now, and that includes Andrew Privet, who is currently playing for Charlotte FC in the MLS, and the alumni representing the blue and white at the next level. I caught up with Andrew earlier today to talk about his career and tonight's match. Andrew, it's great to catch up. It's so great to see a familiar face again, and congratulations on the excellent start to your professional career with Charlotte FC. Just give fans back here watching tonight an idea of what that transition has been like into the MLS.
Yeah, it's been a great rookie year so far. After getting picked up in the draft in the 3rd round, I think Charlotte has kind of been the perfect spot for me since being drafted. And it's just been a great journey so far in my rookie year, kind of working through the ranks with the 2nd team with Crown Legacy, and even a little bit of a position change where I was kind of sticking the more midfield and attacking roles at Penn State, and then transitioning to a center back here at Charlotte. And it's been a good transition, but just kind of playing my part in that new role.
What have you learned about yourself and your game through that transition so far?
Yeah, I've kind of learned to play both sides of the ball a little bit, kind of picking up new details on positioning within being a center back. And then I think from that midfield role, I kind of take what I was good at, distributing the ball and playing out of the back. So I kind of become a hybrid in that role a little bit.
Well, you certainly have earned everything throughout your career, had some terrific numbers during your career at Penn State. I know battled injuries a little bit the last year, so you've earned your opportunities. There's no doubt about that. Was there a welcome to the show type moment? I know you went against Messi earlier this year. How would you describe that experience?
Yeah, that was definitely just an experience of a lifetime, and an experience I never would think I would be having in my first season as a professional, let alone that was my 6th game starting with Charlotte FC. So it's kind of like a eyes wide open, try not to be too starstruck. When you're in Miami, stadium's packed, sold out, you kind of just look across in the tunnel and Messi's there. All the kids are screaming, jumping up and down, trying to just say anything to him. And then you kind of need to refocus and just play the game. It's no different than any other. And it was kind of a blur, but going back, it's something that's very, very cool to say that I've done.
Obviously have a really big match here for your college team in Penn State taking on Maryland tonight. Compare that going into a huge match where you know it's a Big Ten opponent, Mac Brady night here at Jeffrey Field. Compare that to some of those great moments you've had during your college career.
Absolutely. Mac Brady night also was always a wonderful event, always a game we looked forward to, especially for the goalkeeping crew there at Penn State with Shakes, Owen, Ryan Aiken now. I know they're really excited for tonight, and I know with it being Maryland, that's kind of a new rival, especially with Penn State and Maryland men's soccer. Where it's always a good game, high scoring, a lot of late thrillers. So I'm sure the boys are going to be up for it tonight, and looking for them to be 2-0 in Big Ten play tonight.
You just said go to 2-0 in Big Ten play. So you're keeping tabs on your former teammates. What has it been like to follow them from afar? How often are you still in touch with so many of the guys that you played with while you wore the blue and white?
Yeah, it's been really fun keeping up with all the games they've played. I'm tuning in as much as I can every chance I get, and even phone calls to the guys before and after, wishing them luck, and just kind of keeping tabs on how everyone's doing. So it's been different watching from afar and not being with the guys, but I do miss it a lot, and I've really enjoyed watching the season. And I'm wishing them luck tonight and the rest of the season. Hoping for the best.
This is airing on our pre-match show just minutes before kickoff. If you're in the huddle before they take the field tonight, what's your advice to the guys?
Just go have fun with it, enjoy it. Maryland's always a good fight. Those are some of the most memorable games I've had playing with Penn State. And then really just have fun with it and play like it's your last, because it will be gone and you'll be leaving before you know it. So you don't get many opportunities like this.
Priv, always a great interview. It's great to catch up. Continued success. Thanks so much.
Thank you again.
As we said right at the top, a big week of Penn State athletics, and our live programming continues tomorrow as we have the unrivaled weekly preview show. Hear from football head coach James Franklin, student athletes, and more, getting you set for 7th-ranked Penn State taking on 24th-ranked Iowa Saturday evening for the Penn State Whiteout at Beaver Stadium. We start our football coverage live tomorrow, and then that continues on Thursday with the Penn State Coaches Show, featuring head coach James Franklin and field hockey head coach Lisa Bervinchak-Love. The Penn State Coaches Show, hosted by the Field Burger and Tap and presented by Pepsi, coming up on Thursday as our preparations continue leading up until kickoff on Saturday. And as I said, Saturday is the annual Penn State Whiteout. No better event in college sports.
We welcome you to one of the great scenes in all of college football. Saquon Barkley, say bye-bye. And there's Hamler. They'll never catch him. There goes Singleton. I'm leaving. Touchdown.
It's a surreal moment running out for the whiteout. It was like everything was a blur. It was like one of those movie scenes where you run out, everything like goes quiet, but it's not quiet at all. It's unique.
It's just breathtaking. You come out, you look around, and you just lost for words. It's an amazing sight, and it just hypes you up to play in front of 100 and whatever thousand whiteout, best fans in the country. It's just amazing.
It's the most electric, intense atmosphere I've ever been a part of. It was the reason why I came to Penn State. The fans are crazy. It's the best college day experience you'll ever get. I am blown away every time I run onto the field. It's absolutely mind-blowing.
What a night it's going to be on Saturday, and make sure you look the part. Get your Penn State Whiteout gear today. Go to gopsusports.com and shop. Get those t-shirts, maybe even a whiteout sweatshirt, the hat, so you're ready to go on Saturday at Beaver Stadium. So we can't wait. There it is off in the distance. 110,000 plus will be rocking that place. And they're ready to rock here tonight at Jeffrey Field ahead of the Big Ten home opener between Penn State and Maryland. We welcome you live to our coverage here on the Penn State men's soccer pregame show. I'm joined by a familiar voice and a familiar face to many who watch our Big Ten Plus streams throughout the course of the year, Juan Mendez, who does just a terrific job, whether it's play-by-play or analysis, covering both Penn State men's and women's soccer. And Juan, you've had a chance to follow this Penn State men's soccer team so far, and we just heard from Coach Cook moments ago the importance of each and every Big Ten match. What do you like about their performances so far? And you know that this schedule is a grind. So what do they have to do tonight to have success against Maryland?
Oh, well, like you said, Jeff Cook has so many different methods into bringing new players into the team and adapt them to the roles of previous players. We already heard about Andrew Privet in the show. His role is so hard to redefine in this new system. With that midfield of Penn State with freshmen like Grabfelder, Kaden Grabfelder in the middle, Freddie Bell. Their job is so key in bringing the ball forward. Mangione already helps, but it's that midfield that needs to help the progression, keep play wide, open things up, and that's how things will work out today. That's what they need to do in order to get these wins in that, like you said, a schedule that's so tough, so tough.
Yeah, as you said, Penn State incorporating a lot of newcomers this year, 10 newcomers to the team. And I talked to Peter Mangione leading up to the season, and he discussed what a challenge that can be as you take a look at the upcoming matches for Penn State as well. They'll go out of conference, then back in conference as this grueling Big Ten slate continues. Have a feeling you'll be on the call there on Big Ten Plus against Michigan State on October 1st to kick off the new month. Juan, just have a feeling about that. But as they incorporate those new pieces in, how have you seen them grow and develop through the first several matches this year?
I'll say that a lot of them were very ready to step into the pitch, and that's definitely why they assumed the role, a lot of freshmen, rather than the slightly more experienced players from other years. But that just goes to show how good this team is at recruiting. The program overall, Jeff Cook knows what he wants in this team, how to put pieces where he wants them, and help them excel along the way too. So I feel like the main way to do that is proving on offense, and Grabfelder has scored some wonderful goals already this season, and so is Bell. Defensive work with Awodesu, that chemistry, it's just very fitting, and they want to progress through that in the season for sure.
Well, they've been really solid on defense so far this year. Obviously, great goalkeeping from Chris Shakes, and we talked about the importance of great goalkeeping, especially on this Mac Brady match night here at Jeffrey Field. Kickoff coming up 6 o'clock on Big Ten Network. There is head coach Jeff Cook coming out of the field right now. A lot of youngsters here to support Penn State tonight, and they want to see some goals. And every time Penn State plays Maryland, there's a lot of goals. And for Liam Butts to get his first 3 on the road at Ohio State Friday, we know the type of threat he can be. We know the type of threat Peter Mangione can be. What do they have to do to not only keep that solid defensive identity, but to build off the offensive performance they had against the Buckeyes?
Yes, well, Liam Butts was so active in that last match. He wasn't as active in the previous ones, had people wondering where he was, and then he came in, he was there where he had to be, put 3 goals away, Offensive Player of the Week. And if he can carry on that momentum, you know, him and Mangione, they were scoring so many goals last season. It's something that they could certainly repeat this season with the talent they have.
And they certainly have a talented team. They were tested early, the draw at number 5 Pitt early in the year. They had Syracuse, the top-ranked team here at home.
What a crowd.
And what a match that was. Came down to the final minute. Penn State scored. Syracuse answers seconds later. And there's been a real sense of a chip on their shoulder and an intensity this year, I think, from Jeff Cook's team. I think that starts with what he's preaching as the head coach, but also this is a group that's playing like they have something to prove this year after last season.
Oh, definitely. That is right. There's so many veterans in this team that left, and the expectation is Penn State. It's always going to be there. The women's team is always going forward, always rocking. The men's team keeping up. Just recently also won the Big Ten title too, so it's something they want to keep steady in the program.
Yeah, and we saw some of the great history as we were looking at some of the beauty shots here from Jeffrey Field moments ago. Juan, you have terrific coverage. You've done a great job all year, and we look forward to that continuing for the rest of the season. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Brian.
Juan Mendez joining us here as we take a look at the Nittany Lions taking the field here tonight, getting set to take on the Maryland Terrapins. 6 o'clock coming up on Big Ten Network, and they're unveiling those black and pink kits for the very first time. They'll wear them again on October 13th. Guess what? It's a Friday, October 13th as well. The sun comes out as we approach the opening kick tonight between the Nittany Lions and Terrapins. Let's take a look at the Penn State upcoming schedule really quick one more time. The Nittany Lions with a very busy slate of games this year at UNCG, then against Howard, at Michigan State, back home against Indiana. All matches here at Jeffrey Field are free. All right. Getting closer and closer to the opening kick tonight, Owen Elliott, goalkeeper, talking about how important this match is against Maryland to continue their success in the Big Ten, but also how important it is to win on Mac Brady night. Owen, how important was the win at Ohio State to start Big Ten play on Friday?
It was so important. I mean, you always want to get a good start to the season, not only non-conference play, but also conference play. 3 points, I believe we're the first team to get 3 points on the road. It's just a massive 3 points for the team. But we continue to today. This is another big 3 points. We've kind of talked about it where it's 8 finals. That's kind of how we're treating it. And this is the second final of our Big Ten season.
I talked to Chris the other day about how strong the team has been defensively, obviously getting terrific play in the net as well. What do you like about your system and how you're able to stifle opponents so far?
I mean, I think one of our core concepts is defend first. All 11 players defend first. the goals will come. We have so many talented players on this pitch. But defending is the most important and will always be first for our group.
Well, against Maryland, you've played in some high-scoring games, though. What are you expecting? What are you and your teammates prepared for tonight?
A war. We're ready. We're ready for war. I told some of the guys, I mean, high energy from the start. We've always gone down against Maryland. High energy from the start, and get ready for war. First tackle, first 50-50, it's ours.
Obviously, as a goalkeeper, you also know how special this night is with it being Mac Brady night here. What does it mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, not only is Mac Brady so important to us as a program, but it's important to everyone in the state college community. I mean, just from the local club, Celtic, it's just so important. And what the Brady family does for us and what we can do for the Brady family, it really holds a dear place to my heart.
Well, and you've meant a lot to Penn State and what you've done with the community as well during your time here. Good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, we got you ready for kickoff. Penn State and Maryland, the Big Ten home opener. Nittany Lions looking to go 2-0. It's the annual Mac Brady match coming up 6 o'clock on Big Ten Network. Thanks for tuning in to our exclusive pre-match coverage tonight for our entire team. I'm Brian Tripp saying so long from Jeffrey Field. Enjoy it. The Nittany Lions and Terps coming your way next.